As a guy in self-improvement and a guy who's been on a forced spiritual awakening for a couple of years, I really like anime. I growing up as a kid, it's funny how anime was so looked down upon, and it was like this cartoon. It was kind of for like the weird kids. Like you had the kids who were like running off walls as if they were Naruto, or like climbing trees, or trying to do all these flips, or just trying to do all these like powerful energy blasts, or role playing with their friends. And they were seen as like weird to everybody else. And even me, like I used to see the kids as like weird. And as you grow up, especially when you got to like middle school and high school, I started seeing more people start to watch anime, start to like anime. And I was still in this mindset of like, oh, anime's for weirdos, until I actually sat down and watched a show, and it was called Dragon Ball Z. When I watched the show, I immediately fell in love. I fell in love with the story. I fell in love with the main character, Goku. I fell in love with just his work ethic and his ability to be strong while also being peaceful and nice and empathetic, being pure-hearted. I found a lot of resemblance to that, because I felt like when it came to working out, I was always like a workaholic. I wasn't like athletically gifted. I wasn't the tallest. I wasn't the fastest. I couldn't jump the highest. And I resonated that with Goku, because in the show Dragon Ball, Goku is an alien. Obviously humans can't like throw blast, but he was an alien, and he came from a planet, and there was like low class warriors and higher class warriors, and Goku was like this lower class warrior that came to Earth. So he was really weak, unlike the other main character, Vegeta, who was a high class warrior, and he was just naturally gifted. He trained, but he had more natural ability, other than Goku, who had to train hard and be trained by all these masters and be trained by all these different gods, and he worked really hard. And I just found so much love and passion for that. And I, as a guy in self-improvement, and I've seen it with many guys, especially guys who go to the gym, like you could ask your everyday gym rat, like, do they watch anime? And most of them are going to say yes. Like anime has gotten so many people in the gym, even before like self-improvement became like a serious topic. Anime really, especially Dragon Ball Z, got a lot of people in the gym. Like just seeing Goku train for Namek, doing all those handstand push-ups, it made me want to go out there and actually want to learn how to do a handstand push-up. Like if I never watched Dragon Ball Z, I would have never thought or dreamed of like, oh, I want to do a handstand. I want to do a handstand push-up. I want to do a planche. I want to do a muscle up. I want to do all these pull-ups. I want to get my physique to look a certain way. I would never have cared. Watching another show, Naruto, other shows like One Piece, seeing the friendships that are built in those shows, seeing the clan, the tribes that they have built, their crews, right? That are kind of like the side characters to the main plot. But it kind of makes you want to go out there and make friends of your own. It kind of makes you want to go out there and have a group of successful, strong individuals who are also nice, who are also good-hearted with good character. Because not only do they have the ability to be serious and lock in, they have the ability to be these really great people. They have the ability to affect everyone that they come across. And I feel that's very important. Along the self-improvement space, anime is very looked down upon. And for reasons I understand, anime is not bad. And when you get to a level of spirituality and a higher level of consciousness, you realize that many things in this life aren't good or bad. There are morally bad and good things. But when you look at like the concrete nature of all things, nothing is really good or bad. A TV show is not really good or bad, but as you know, too much of anything is bad. And the mind can get addicted to anything, and so the mind can get addicted to anime. And all these self-improvement YouTubers, when they talk about, oh, you're the anime profile pic, and oh, you watch anime, you're a weirdo, you're a loser. I understand where they're coming from, because anime can become addictive to the mind, especially when you kind of have this trauma, you kind of have this pain inside of you, you have this hole in your chest Every man, I feel like, has a little hole in their chest that they feel like they need to fill with external things. They feel like that they're not whole unless they do this certain action or they watch this certain show. And anime, kind of like video games, takes their mind away from the pain that they feel. So they go to this TV show and they watch this character, this main character, who's this great individual, this powerful individual. Everybody loves him. Everybody cheers him on. He's strong. He's inspirational. He's motivating. He has confidence. He's basically the character that we wish we were. Now, for me, the masculine side of this is to be like, okay, why don't you be your own superhero? Why don't you become your own perfect individual? Like, obviously nobody can be perfect, but why don't you work towards being your own high value individual? Kind of like Goku, kind of like Luffy from One Piece, or Naruto from the show Naruto. Why don't you go out there and actually make friends? Because one thing about the protagonists, they never give up. No matter how many times they lose, they never give up. Even if you look back there, that's an Attack on Titans poster. I watched that too. That's another show that I watch. And I guess I kind of made this video because I'm in the self-improvement space now in this on YouTube, and I watch anime. Like I'm not the guy who's like super obsessed with who's sitting up there till like 3 a.m. watching a show. You know, every now and then while I'm doing homework, when I'm doing like an easy assignment, or if I'm like doing my laundry, or if I'm cleaning my room, or just doing some kind of chore, or if I'm doing something where I can just turn my brain off and I can just do it like it's second nature, I'll just have anime on in the background and I'll just watch it, and I'll just gain inspiration from it. Even though it may sound stupid, it's like you can gain so many life lessons from anime. I mean, I know a lot of people have said on the internet to meditate. A lot of people say like, you need to meditate. It helps you become one. It helps you with your anger issues. It helps you regulate your emotions. It'll just help you with sleep and all that. For some reason, to a lot of people, that just doesn't click. When a guy who in this drill sergeant way is telling you like, you need to get up off your ass and you need to do what I'm telling you to do. You need to do the right things. If you don't meditate, your mental health is going to be bad, and your focus is going to be bad. Your attention span is going to be bad, and then your grades are going to suck. You're not going to be disciplined. You're not going to be proactive. You're going to be stuck with all these negative thoughts and negative emotions, and you're not going to have any emotional regulation. But when you go to a show like Dragon Ball Z, when you go to Dragon Ball and you see Goku learning how to meditate, you see Goku meditating the show. By the way, I'm sorry for any spoilers for anybody who does watch anime. My bad. But I guess I should say spoilers. I'll put it somewhere in the beginning of the video. But when you see Goku meditating, that instills the motivation to meditate. Instills the motivation to get up early in the morning and meditate for 30 minutes. Even if you've never meditated before, it just makes you want to sit there, and it's kind of like you're role playing like Goku. You're sitting there in the same stance as Goku. Or if you ever watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, like Aang, he'll sit there and meditate to like get into like the spiritual realm. It's like you while you're sitting there, you're acting as if you're these individuals. Or if you go to the gym, you're pumping out bench presses, or you're doing squats, or you're doing push-ups or pull-ups. You're acting as if you are the characters, and you're grunting as if you are the characters, and you're grunting, and you're working as if you actually have a big fight that is the fate of the world is counting on you. It may sound stupid to most people, but for many people, anime has actually saved their lives. And in a lot of ways, it actually saved my life. Like, I have a lot of gratitude towards it. So when I see these YouTube videos and I see these self-improvement guys talking about like anime's for losers, if you watch anime, you're a loser, and all these stuff, Sneeko, Hamza, I understand where they're coming from, for sure. From the masculine standpoint, just from a life standpoint, I understand it. Because the mind can get addicted to anything. It can get addicted to porn. It can get addicted to casual sex. It can get addicted to animals, objects, relationships. It can get addicted to video games, TV shows, Netflix, Hulu. It can get addicted. And here's the thing about instant gratification. It only becomes instant gratification if you allow it to be. If you use it as a crutch, it becomes bad. But if you don't use it as a crutch, it just becomes something that you do. It just becomes a hobby. Now, if you're going on a first date with a girl and, I mean, you know, that wouldn't be the first thing that comes up on a date. That wouldn't be the first thing I tell a girl is like, oh yeah, I watch anime, whatever. Because, you know, a lot of girls don't watch anime, but there's a good portion of girls who actually do, you know, and in the process of getting to know someone, that may come out. But always be yourself, always be authentic. And that's another thing with these anime characters, these protagonists, these main characters have taught me is like, there's people out there who, if you be 100% yourself, they will love you. Not everyone's gonna love you for being yourself. There's some people who are gonna think you being yourself is weird. And that's okay. Those people are just not meant to be in your life. They're just not compatible for you. And that's okay. That doesn't mean you can't get up and do push-ups. That don't mean you can't get up and start running a mile every day, or you can't start meditating, or you can't start making money. And the mindset of these characters, you can use this in so many areas. You can use this in business. You can use this taking a cold shower. When you're going through pain, you dig deep and you're acting as if it's the character going through the same pain, and he's kind of like he's talking you through it. He's like being motivational with you. It's like he's doing it with you, because a lot of guys don't have friends, or don't have people who they can work out with, or can work out at the same extent and intensity as they do. So they do it alone, and it can feel like a lonely road. But you see these guys, and it feels like the only thing you have are these anime characters. Now, you need to go into the real world and make friends. You need to learn how to talk to people, be social. Even if you're an introvert, just knowing how to keep a conversation, hold a conversation, knowing what questions to ask, knowing how to go deeper into a conversation and not wider. Not talking about a vast amount of topics, but going deeper into a certain topic. It'll allow you to start having these deep conversations that will allow people to get even closer to you, and you'll start having more in-depth and closer conversations with people. You'll start creating better relationships, and you'll start having brothers, crews, people, best friends, people around you, kind of like the characters in these anime shows, like Luffy, his crew, Goku and his friends, Naruto and his friends. I'm very grateful for anime. And anime is great, and you don't have to think anime is great. You don't have to think that it's good. You don't have to ever watch it. I'm just putting this video in because I feel like there's this misconception, like there's people who genuinely really like anime, who have relied on anime to get them through certain problems. And then they get to these self-improvement YouTubers who tell them like, oh, you're a loser, you're this, you're that, for watching it. And I just don't believe that. From a masculine standpoint, yes, go into the real world and work on yourself. From a spirituality standpoint, anime is not bad. And if you want to watch anime, that's fine. Do what you want. In this world, you are given one life. That doesn't mean indulge, because you kind of, I think everybody knows where they're at in terms of like indulging. I think everyone knows where they're at when it comes to watching too much or sitting there too long. Like, you have things to do, you have tests to study for, you have a business to run, whatever, you have the gym to go to, you have a sport that you need to practice for. Like, I understand that regard. It shouldn't be the priority, but it can be something that you can have in your schedule. When you're finished with all the stuff that you have to do in the day, you could watch an episode. Or if you're just doing a task like making your bed or cleaning up your room, you can have it in the background. It's not bad. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just a show. These are just shows. If you're using it the way that I've explained it in this video, there's nothing wrong with it. Anime has gotten so many people in the gym. It got me really serious into calisthenics. Now I can do backflips, I can do handstands, I can do muscle ups. I'm not the greatest calisthenics person, but I'm getting there. And with watching more anime, it just gives me the motivation to do even more. to act as if I'm this superhero who can like throw blasts out of his hands and shit. I don't go outside my house and do that. Okay, I still think that's kind of weird, but just watching the show and using that as like the motivation to become better in all areas of your life, there's nothing wrong with that. But with all that being said, subscribe for more videos. We growing, we moving, and we locked in. Love. Mwah.